that it's some sort of alternative other world, that another universe. A bit the same way as I did. They had no knowledge or understanding of it. That has probably again changed in the, 15 or 20 years since Video Nation started with the advent of YouTube and all these others. The kids now are far more familiar with broadcasting themselves, and more comfortable with it, for good or bad.
But it hasn't encouraged you to go on and make your own films for YouTube or anything like that?
No.
So you told me you'd done a bit of television other than that, and you were comparing yesterday when we had a brief chat. You were comparing the Video Nation experience to the other television experience. That would be interesting to hear about.
Yeah. Fiona, one of the production team, then went on to produce, or she was involved in producing another thing, The Nation's Favourite Foods. And so they were doing outdoor food, and knowing that I had a boat, she asked if I would come up, or if they could come up and film and do a couple of bits. And so I said yes. It was hugely frustrating, one, not to be in control of the whole process, but just this, could you do it again? Okay, we'll shoot it again from this, and we'll just... And I realised, how fortunate we were in the Video Nation to have that sort of control. And, we went out and we did what we wanted to do. We started when we wanted to start and we finished, and we then handed that material off to somebody who worked it into something. Again, I don't think that's the normal process for television, but it was a lovely way to do it. I'm not at all sure that I would be happy or comfortable or get any great enjoyment out of, getting to the 25th take on things every single day of my life and maintaining any sort of cool about it. So it was other people, having seen Video Nation, or myself and Video Nation, have spoken and said, would you like to do it? And professionally, and I had thought that yes, I might, but in retrospect, no, maybe in the next life, but right now I'm a fisherman and a mussel farmer, and I had a wonderful opportunity, and I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I would go back to doing Video Nation again. The interaction, or seeing the other people putting forward their points of view on a similar subject, that was nice. It was nice to see other characters emerge. I can't remember all their names, but certainly one of them, Anais, I think her name was, a lady whose husband, she worked on a small holding somewhere.
Is it in Shropshire? Maybe it was.
Was it Shropshire? Yes.
Not Alyssa. Somebody. Was she like a woman in her 50s, early 60s, something like that? And she worked on a small holding in Shropshire area, I think.
With her husband.
Alana, maybe. Alana.
Saying how hard her husband worked, and I think there's one where, if it's not her wedding anniversary, and how, he had written her a card and then had to go to work, and, to meet these people, that was, I don't know that I would get that in, not that it's available anyway. As I say, I'm a fisherman right now. I did enjoy it, and it got rid of an itch that I had, a notion, to be on the telly. I've had more than my 15 minutes And it was a great way to do it. You know, I enjoyed it, and I value these wee shots.
But as well as giving you a sort of more than a glimpse into filmmaking and being on TV, it also gave you probably a glimpse of the professional world, obviously down at White City where you saw everybody working hard.
Yeah.
But also you mentioned to me that you took a trip to the Edinburgh TV Festival with Bob Long.
Yeah.
Maybe you could explain a bit about that and your thoughts then.
Well, the Edinburgh International Television Festival was on, and they wanted to do a program, or they wanted to do a talk, basically, about reality television, which was the slot that we were in. And they invited Bob, because I think he was the executive producer, or certainly the producer. And Bob invited myself, so we went along, and basically there was a panel of three, Bob and two others who were involved in the production of reality television, and just talked about what they were doing. Bob certainly, you know, at the time, he felt he was ambushed. You know, that he was up there. And, you know, there was a lot of sort of, I don't know about professional rivalry, but he certainly felt that he had been set up. And it was then, you know, during that talk, I realised how vulnerable we as contributors were, having seen what a contributor on an alternative programme had been allowed to do. And I have to say, you know, I still feel that the whole of the production unit approached it with a degree of integrity, because we could have been made to look, the contributors could have been made to look very foolish, and we weren't. I think, you know, there was a deeper or a higher purpose to Video Nation, and it was to reflect the state of the nation. And, you know, I do feel that, you know, I'm quite proud of the way we were treated by the BBC. I have absolutely no complaints. They treated us very well. And as I say, with integrity. It would have been so simple. And that's what happened, you know, at the Edinburgh Festival, at the television festival, you know, Bob, I got the chance to explain, you know, that we had complete editorial control. You know, again, I don't know many other companies that would hand that over. But we had it, so, you know, I didn't feel that I had to use it. But, you know, we were vulnerable. It showed up.
That time, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what else to say.
No, that's fine. No, I was just interested because it's, you know, that I'm not sure that I'll put that bit in, but it's just quite interesting from my point of view to know what
I think Bob,
outside were.
Yeah, Bob obviously knew. He knew these other guys, because I think it is a relatively small industry once you're at the sort of level that he was at. And he certainly felt, you know, that somebody had an axe to grind and were going after him. But whenever you see, you know, this, I can't remember